Spawning in the upper right in the blue. He's the Bulgarian Infernal player. It's MSRM. And in the bottom left, the Celestia player, the master of the Korean Invitational, who not only beats down Koreans, beats down foreigners as well. He is the Red Celestial, the BossToss. His name is MC. And I have not seen MC play. I had plans to go cast the end of the Korean Invitational, but life happened. Travel happened. It did not really work out the way I would like. So this really actually is my first look at MC. Which MC is one of these all-time greats in StarCraft 2. He did very well when he came back for the Brood War, for the StarCraft show match that happened back in EWC. He's just a really good RTS player. He's doing rather well in SSL, all things considered as well. So we're gonna have to see exactly how this one's gonna work out. So for now, this is gonna be rather standard. Coming out of MSRM, he's got a Conclave first, or excuse me, Vault Conclave opener. Kind of thought this was natural for a second, but Vault Conclave, there's gonna be a natural eventually. And this is how the majority of Infernal games really get started. By the way, it's kind of funny, we can see the effect of rollback there a little bit. This is being hosted on Chicago, but MSRM is in Bulgaria, MC is in Korea. So you do have that one working as it is along across the way. So we can see some of this rollback happening, which is just kind of cool. You see kind of the brute arm going back and forwards a little bit. Just a function of how far away these players are, but also how powerful rollback is, that we can play from Bulgaria to Korea and not worry about it too much. Yeah, you do feel some lag, but it does feel a lot better than it does in, say, StarCraft 2 or something like that. But for now, collection around the low ground is going to go down. MC rocking that gold trim on his Argents just to be a little cooler than everyone. Actually, no, that was... No, Celestials don't have a gold trim. That's only Vanguard. Anyways, this is a lot of stuff early on. We got Speed Camp ready, making sure these gaunts run as fast as possible. And it's not the easiest thing to defend this. Our power is only at 15. MC not really in a position to go and drop a Sovereign's Watch at the moment. So he's just going to try to play around this, snipe down as many gaunts as possible. And remember, he's on 3 array. The natural's only about a third of the way done for MSRM, so this is committed for him right now. Yes, the gaunt numbers, or excuse me, the Argent numbers are not quite where they would like to be. That is very much true. But if you're able to survive on 3 array, get these collection arrays up, because he does lose another. He's only on really 1, I think. Yeah, he's only on 1 array at the moment. That is a bit of a problem. All right, this does mean he can't really produce really what he would like to, and this Morph Core doesn't really want to be here. It's got to go down, but yeah, man, it's infested and it's just over some trees. Not a lot you can do there. More and more, of course, continue to arrive. MC being very judicious with his top bar power, not dropping Sovereign's Watch too early, just dropping surges and playing as really just trying to make sure that he gets as much stuff as possible while not really committing a lot of power. He'd rather be in green and surged. Only one, actually, yeah, both these are surged. He'd rather be in green with surge production, and then he would go and drop a Sovereign's Watch, which his opponent can just kind of bounce out of for the time being. Meanwhile, there is a Therium. We got a Therium Purifier here. Double Prism on top of that one. He's mining a ton of Therium right now, turning that into a Guardian Nexus. I would assume that's going to be for rollout first, getting a bunch of Kree on the map and making sure that you are... you have that really nice answer to a bunch of gaunts as much as possible. Eventually, you get photo capacitors as well. I hate that bug. Yeah, eventually, you're gonna get photo capacitors as well, and give your Argents 50 energy. But for the time being, anything you can do, make sure those Argents are, or make sure the Kree are on the map, and make sure they are strong, is a good thing to do. But as I say that, I was wrong. Photo capacitors are the story here. So making sure that these Argents can fight just a little bit longer, 5 shots instead of 3 before they run out of juice and have to run back home. But Argents versus Fiends. Fiends, they don't do as much damage, or they do more damage than they used to, but they don't do, or what am I saying? They have less HP. That is very much true. They do a little bit more damage, and on the balance of things, that is very much a buff for Fiends against a bunch of Argents, because, you know, Fiends, the extra HP doesn't really make a difference. The job of a Fiend really is just to go and soak energy. So the Argents against the big units don't really do a lot. That's kind of the goal. So for now, MC forces his opponent back home. Photocapacitors is done. It's 50 energy for these Argents now. And I'm a little surprised we're not seeing anything else. Legion Hall, okay, so I kind of expected to see Kree against all the Fiends, against all of these Gaunts. But it looks like the answer for now is, okay, no, we're going to go into Animancers eventually, maybe get some Sabers, something like that, but just stay very clearly on this range tech. Oh, wait, is that? I didn't even know. Oh, that is so unfortunate, Ariel. You are 100% correct. One of these prisms is not mining. That's supposed to be 2 prisms on the Therium. Instead, it's only 1. And that's slowing down MC by quite a bit. He has not realized this just yet. His Therium count's okay for now. But as we get ourselves set up into this anymore, certainly we have the Legion Hall, but we don't have any upgrades coming out of that for the time being. Is he going to go? Where is his arc ship? Where is MC's arc ship? Okay. Arc station. It's turning into an arc fortress, right? We are upgrading into that. We're going to have the Jesus beam on the way soon enough here, but it's one of those things where, you know, Legion Hall does unlock tier 3, so maybe that's all he was going for. But I really did think we were going to see more tech coming out of this. I really expected to see, you know, Animancers or something. Maybe getting... You don't need a Legion Hall for Sabers, but maybe getting Animancers on the field, something like that. Just a little bit more splash damage. Because while this setup here, where you go and you got the God Ray, you got the Jesus House, and whatever you want to call it, you can go start to kill bases down. It does feel like, as a Celestial against Infernal, you do want something that deals with all these Gaunts. And for now, also, Twilight Spire's done its double Spriggan on the way. So getting an Arc Station and getting that after after, say, 6 Spriggans are on the map is not really where you want to be. Because MSRM has been banking money quite a bit. Spriggans are now on the map. And, well, while it may never feel like Spriggans do a ton of damage, they do 6 damage versus... They do 18 damage versus heavy. It actually balances out quite a bit here. It is a very nice solution to go and try to take the Jesus House down. So for now, Celestial Hyperdrive is done. The Jesus Ray, the God Ray is on the way. And now the question is whether MSRM can defend this, because he is active on the map. He's going to try to take the fight. Says, okay, you know what? Look, I'm going to lose my natural. Maybe that's okay. But if I can go take your army down, I'm going to say that's a beautiful trade. Unfortunately for him, the Concave is just really good, and he's going to lose his natural. It's dead, and he's also losing this fight on the other side. Yeah, the Arc Fortress can go heal things up. It's going to soak some damage, and so many of these Argents are still here. We got the power banks. They're getting healed, right, or their power is getting regenerated right back up. Sovereign's Watch as well. And this is just bad for MSRM. He has lost everything. Well, lost his natural. He's lost a lot of his army. It's still a scary army. I mean, don't get me wrong. Spriggans and Gaunts are very good. But even if MSRM gives this position up, or even if MC has to give this position up, oh, fun new animation there. But okay, here comes the Archangel. Looks to slam. Oh, no, it's just, yeah, there we go. Slams down, evaporates a bunch of these Gaunts, and now just slams down once again. And the Gaunts are falling down, and now there's enough anti-air likely to deal with the Spriggans as this happens, I would assume. But for now, I mean, the Argents are out of energy. The Guardians on the backside are not fighting the army. They're fighting off these beautiful effigies. And despite the Archangel going slamming, killing off so many of these Gaunts, seems like MSRM is going to hold on for the time being. And this is kind of what I was talking about, where you have this setup where you go for the Jesus House, and you go and you kill a base. And great. Awesome. Do you have a solution for the army? And this was even in a fight where it looked like MC was really doing a great job against the army. He thought he was fighting very well, but these 6 Spriggans are just, there's not really much of an answer for them right now. The number of Argents is just a little bit too low. It's red energy, now it's back onto yellow, but the production speed's not all that great. And realistically, this Arc Fortress will die. It's much slower now than it otherwise was, as this one Spriggan's not going to kill it quickly, but even still, this Arc Fortress will go down. All these power banks are going to fall down as well, and we're going to see MC drop very precipitously. in energy at this point. And again, now the Spriggans have found this base. So this Arc Fortress is not long for this world. That is a ton of money that MC has invested into this. And I really thought he was in a great spot. I thought he was in a beautiful position to win this game. He's like, oh, I guess I got to try to kill a vault. But the Arc Station, the Arc Fortress is dead. And now MC, he's got some money. He's still mining out of this position a little bit. But he doesn't really have a lot of anti-air. Argents are not great anti-air versus Spriggans. We're going to have this Archangel running away, trying to do damage, but it just doesn't do enough. I mean, yes, we are seeing an Angel punch a dragon. I don't think it's punching a dragon, but punch a Spriggan. But MC at this point, despite killing a base, and despite having what looked like a pretty good fight at the start, doesn't really have a great answer for all of these Spriggans. And, you know, the answer technically would maybe be Scythes, but Scythes are not all that great against this right now. The answer might be, we've seen players try Vectors, and that's not too bad, but it's just all too little too late. There are no Starforges. And Carmi, by the way, thank you so much there for the tier 1 sub at tier 1 sub at 9 months. Happy New Year. Excited for what we're going to be able to do at Aftermath this year. It's going to be great. For now, though, the answer of what players are going to be able to do is MC's going to be able to tap out of this game. He's got Starforge, a single one on the way. That's not going to complete. And even if it does, it's got 15 stacks of Binding Saliva. It's not going to be able to produce anything whatsoever. MC, his timing looked good up until the point that it very much did not. And MC will fall down. MSRM takes game 1. So we spawn into Jagged Maw, map number 2, and I'm surprised actually that this map keeps finding its way through the vetoes, because this was uniformly, I mean, in the words of Tasteless at the time, the worst RTS map that he has ever seen, which I don't think is totally fair. I mean, let's be real here for a second. But yeah, people didn't like it. But with the balance changes and how everything is happening, it seems a little bit more reasonable. Certainly better than other maps that people would rather not play on. And yeah, as Ariel is saying, Jagged Maw is a good map, and I am willing to buy that one. I have not really played on it since it was a bad map, but it's funny because Jagged Maw has not seen any design changes. Yeah, Jagged Maw. Yes, if you ban the Morph Core Rush. That is very true. The Morph Core shenanigans are pain. Yeah. Although it's funny because Ariel is saying, yeah, Ariel plays Celestial. Ban the Morph Core. When they played Jagged Maw, Ariel did the Morph Core Rush and failed. It didn't work out. Am I making fun of Ariel in their own event? Yes, I am. Can anyone stop me? No, they cannot. It's great. But all right, what do we got here? So, oh, very cool. So this is just about the fastest ritual chamber that you can ever get from MSRM. He's not even getting a vault. This is just Conclave, ritual chamber, quickest possible plague axes. And this is kind of an interesting idea. So what this does is it means you're going to be able to have, you're going to have plague axes a lot faster, which means you're going to have fiends, free fiends a lot faster, which, while that doesn't necessarily, while Gaunts versus Argents are also fairly good, you got to be careful. Gaunts versus Argents with no energy are very good. Gaunts versus Argents with a lot of energy, less good. But making sure you get a bunch of fiends matters a lot. And if you think your opponent is going to go for some sort of low-tech Argent timing, Sacred Coconut saying, yeah, Jagged Maw was a great map. I love free wins. Okay, Celestial player. Hey, if I can bring up Bale mixing a Boneyard and Broken Crown months later, can you bring up something else making a goof too? Absolutely. Wait. Are you saying this is a... Snockstar, are you saying this is a Hexen build? So it is. Wait a minute here. I'm talking about something, and I have never seen this. He rushed Hexen Adept training. He rushed Venom Traps. What is happening? Is this something that I have never seen this before? I guess it pretty much one taps all. This is so cool. Look at that. Okay, this is actually really cool. Look at what this does. It gives you all 5 fiends for free. Nothing dies. Apparently 2 Venom Traps. Gives you the health camp for free. Okay. And that means that you're not going to get a bunch of free stuff on the second camp. You don't quite have enough energy to do that again. But this is actually really cool. Hell, okay. I'm like, man, there's no going for mass hexing like this. It feels like it's too, well, going for the venom trap idea feels like it's gonna be, oh no, he aggroed it wrong, so only one of them got infested. That is unfortunate, but you get a couple of these, you get a couple hexen, and look at his fiend numbers right now against a Celestial player. These 5-6 Argents on the map, they're gonna get surrounded. They will die. This is way too many fiends. This is so cool. MSRM, I am stealing this build. I love this. This is awesome. I love seeing new builds. This is great. This is so smart. And by the way, because Plague Axes are so fast, it's a 45-second upgrade timing. By the time you're running across the map, Plague Axes are done. So you can do even more of that. You can, well, right now you can't Plague Axe because Effigy's on cooldown. But MC has been bopped. Absolutely removed from the map. This is beautiful. I love this so much. This is so cool. Now, is it going to win? I don't know. It seems pretty good at the moment. And now the Venom Traps are here. They're looking to zone a little bit. They're making it a little bit harder for the Argents to go cycle between their bases. And eventually, this Guardian Nexus will fall. Now, granted, we do have the benefit of a Guardian Nexus already done. Photo capacitors are complete. This is one of those games where you really would love to have some Kree. Like, roll up with Kree, 10 out of 10. Sounds really good as it stands. These Argents are just... these Argents do not fight a bunch of... they don't fight a bunch of Gaunts. Certainly, but not all these Venom Traps here. That's really not what you want. People asking, MC's on 4 arrays, 1, 2... Yes, MC is quad array. So he does have a decent amount of economy. There is that. But can he ever break out of the main base? That really is the important question. And I keep expecting to see Kree. I keep expecting that to be a thing. Now, the benefit is because he is on an arc station, he can drop Purify. And when one of these traps goes off and infests everything, he can go and remove that. But that is still a pretty heavy power expenditure at this point. And you want to stay in the green. You want to make sure you're producing rather quickly. So moves in. We see another one of the Venom Traps go down. And that's going to go and get himself, that's going to get a kill. That's going to get a fiend. Another one of these Argents will fall down. And eventually, yeah, MC's going to be able to go heal it up. But this pressure coming out of Snockstar is working out rather nicely. Although it looks like all the Venom Traps now have been triggered. So there is that Venom Trap. Force him into the corner. Nice Venom Trap there. And he's going to try to re-engage more Venom Traps on the backside. And this is one of those games where, does MC know that scanners oh god, that's such a good, that is such a good, that was such a good Nightfall, but it gets purified away. This is one of those games where you, oh no, oh, well, that might actually just be game. That was massive double trap right there. And at this point, everything is so low that a lot of these Argents just fell down. Gonna go, that's another one dead. It's one of these maps where you wonder whether there is Dominationic, Sovereign's, wait, does Sovereign's Watch give detection? This is, yeah, I'm beside myself, guys. This is so cool. But I was gonna say, does MC know about scanners? Has he ever built a scanner? Because you do need, so you can drop a scan, that gives detection. I don't think Sovereign's Watch gives detection. Ah, okay, he used the scan. Yes, scan does work on mines. I just didn't see a scan go down. I was like, how is he sniping those? But it does, now it's funny, right? I say, you know, maybe a scanner would be useful, but a scanner not in a tree is very visible and will just get sniped down. You want to put a scanner in a tree, but it won't have vision radius for where the mines are. So it's not like an observer in StarCraft 2 or something where you just got this free detection. It's something that has to be actively microed. And as a result of this, MSRM is on 3-based Luminite. He's got his 4th shrine to go double Ethereum here. He's got a bunch of these. Oh, he's got Spriggans on the map. And oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so at some point, MC got a Legion Hall, put a Seraphim on the map. I guess trying to go get some creeps, but the map control is absolutely not where it needs to be. And that Seraphim is dead. So MC now trapped on 4. He's got 4 array. Not a lot of prisms, but 4 array. And to make matters worse, look at his main base right now. Not a lot of Therium. This is going to be a dead Therium patch soon as well. This is kind of the problem with Prism economy. The Celestials kill off their Therium economy faster than anyone else. So, I mean, certainly the Argents here, they will take down everything else. Spriggans don't really want to fight into that. And do we have, these are just link nodes. They're not strike nodes. It takes forever to get the strike nodes up, which is it's a good balance thing. But also, these Argents are just going to get slowed down. They're going to get taken down. We got a bunch of Gaunts on the high ground. MSRM with this build is just about the coolest thing. I don't blame MC for losing this in the slightest. Who in the world would expect such a thing? It's like, yeah, you know, there's an Archangel, and it does 2-shot Spriggans. And it's got reasonable range. So eventually, it turns out Archangel is not that bad of a solution for anti-air against a bunch of Spriggans. Does 120 damage. So yeah, I was not aware of them. Like, yeah, you know, Archangel's punching things, whatever. Slams down, gets a couple Gaunts as well. This Archangel, I mean, you got to do a lot more. This is a significant problem. One of the collection arrays is dead. Main base Therium is, I think actually the Prisms, no, they retreated back home, but main base Therium is not incredible. MSRM is doubling the supply, but at the very least, he buys some time. He kills off a reasonable amount of Spriggans. But the question now is, what does MC do with his 750 Therium? He's going to drop a Sovereign's Watch. That's not going to do much of anything. In fact, it's just going to be... So he's now on double array. He's going all in. That's... You know what? That's a reasonable thing to do. The Archangel now fully set up here. It's only 2 Spriggans, so the Archangel will kill them off. That's a nice thing to do. I do think this Archangel needs a little bit better animations, but as of right now, slams down, kills off a couple Gaunts, and hey, it's Jesus House. This is the only thing MC can think to do right now. Moves forward. We're gonna see a Venom Trap go down, but Purify is there, and the Archangel killed off a couple of these Spriggans. He's got to find another opportunity, but it just pure and simply does not exist. This Venom Trap opening from MSRM had MC dead to rights, and now MSRM goes up 2-0. So here we are, game number 3, and what is it that MSRM is going to do? Okay, if there's one reason I love casting MSRM games, it's because more than anything else, MSRM plays multiple builds. Like we saw Albino versus Mangrusel, and it was the same build from same players over and over and over again. We saw, you know, sometimes some of that's the mirror effect. You know, we saw Mixed play Ariel, and it was kind of different variants on the same thing for the most part. Same idea, different version, different looks. But that's fine. But then we get MSRM playing. It's like, okay, I'm playing a different build every map. I have played enough of this game. I've developed builds where I'm not going to play a best of 5 and just kind of give you the same look over and over again, which is a lot of fun. But of course, as Ariel points out, this map once had a health camp right there, and I thought it was great. I'm like, in general, I think maps should be more camps should be more centralized. But having this kind of, I think every map should have a free health camp. You just give you that half an HP regen per second that actually matters quite a bit over time. So, Snockstar, though, is going very much in the other direction in this game. He went for a 1-base Venom Trap play on Jagged Maw, and now he's going 3 Shrine before Vault. Or 3 Shine before Conclave in this case. He is just going as greedy as possible. Snockstar, well, not Snockstar, I made the mistake of reading chat. Snockstar's team is in a great spot right now. And also, do not let this die. I mean, it should not die now, right? It's getting the collection array surge benefit. Yeah, you can't poke this down, so it's fine. It's gonna be okay. So, you know, at the end of the day, the Hexen can sit here as much as it would like. It's not going to poke the Prism down. 1 Hexen does not, in fact, kill this. So, we're good there. And meanwhile, Conclave into Vault. 3 bases, second one's done. It's always interesting when you go for these very greedy openers. You know, it's like, well, it takes a while for that to be worth anything because it is expensive to get triple shrine this early, because you got to spend 3 imps to make it happen, and then getting the imps takes a while because you only have so many charges and you're not really generating a ton of animus to go Hellspawn Resurgence to get up enough. So eventually this will pay off. And also notice MSRM, 5 workers on Therium, not trying to go on Optim and maximize Luminite income as much as possible, despite what having 3 bases may make you think. Instead, sure, yes, that, but also quick Greater Shrine, eventually a reasonably quick Ritual Chamber, making sure he has enough Therium to get all these Gaunts on the map. He almost kind of loses one of the Gaunts trapped by the effigy, but should be fine there. Speed Camp will become his. And now it just becomes a question of where are you going? Greater Shrine on the way, Ritual Chamber done. I think I know the answer, because the answer is often the same. Spriggans are very good against everything that the Celestial player has, especially given the fact that it does not seem like MC really likes to go for any sort of he doesn't like to go for Starforge, right? He doesn't really seem to like to go for vectors. So from that scenario, it's a little awkward. Is MC actually does a nice job here. I think he got the Hexen, and certainly he's killing off all these Gaunts. This is just a lot. Yeah, this is pretty good for MC right now. He goes, gets good poke damage, backs up, goes again. And this imp on the map, I'm not sure what it was for. Maybe for Shroudstone to take the middle. That's going to get forced back home. A lot of Gaunts have gone down. Pretty sure the Hexen's dead. And this is a nice start. And now, by the way, it's a prime creation chamber. 4 chambers on the map for MC right now. And this is just early game Origin pressure. This is what we were talking about, where it's like, you know, is Celestial stronger than Infernal right now? It's hard to tell. But these early aggressive options where you just kind of run across the map with all this stuff, that does feel very hard to stop. I'm not saying it's broken, but it just how much you can explode on the map with a bunch of units can feel very difficult. Can feel rather difficult to deal with. So for now, MC, he's got a ton of Argents on the map. He has so much here. And this third base, I think it's just kind of broken. I don't know that this is something that MSRM is really going to be able to defend. There's there's 2 Spires on the way, but no Shadow Cleft just yet. All of this tech was meant to be as greedy as possible on one of the biggest maps in the pool. But instead, the third base is dead. That's a lot of dead imps, and MC has just found his timing. He kind of, I really like the series planning here. He's like, you know what? My opponent did something crazy aggressive. It's a big map. I think he's going to go greed. I think he's going to do the opposite and try to catch me a little bit afraid. You know, I'm playing, maybe trying to catch me playing a little bit too safe. And instead, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to be the aggressive one, and I'm going to run across the map and punish him for being too greedy on this idea that I was going to play too safe. And at the end of the day, that does mean that MSRM is extremely dead. He has some money saved for a bunch of Spriggans, but it's not going to be enough to fight this army. And honestly, if I'm MC, I'm targeting the Shadow Cleft down. I'm not letting him get that up. I mean, he's dead anyways, but don't give him the hope or the dream. Is really going to be the thing. So imps come back in the main. Hey, there's the Spriggan. Look at that. 1 Spriggan to rule them all. 1 Spriggan to find them. 1 Spriggan to die, actually. Oh, well, wait a minute here. I did not see. Oh, it's still death, but I didn't realize that flaming imps were there. He's buying time for that one, and it was good. He's still dead. MC takes a map. Now down 1 map to 2. Yeah, I agree. That mine style is very, very cool. For now, though, MC upper right, MSRM bottom left, and it seems like Ariel has called it. Said this mine style is crazy on this map. You can get 15 fiends from the light camps, and that appears to be what is happening immediately. Right, Therium very quickly, and yeah, here's the thing: MSRM scans the conclave first. He sees the imp moving down on the map. He doesn't scan the Therium. He doesn't know how much there is. So this scout is useful, but I don't know how useful it is. And we're going to see him go, and MSRM is going to go and cut these trees down, cut the other 2 trees down. We should see a ritual chamber get started soon enough, I would think. Well, actually, no, because this is 1-1. Okay. Yeah, Morphos. It's one of those things. It's kind of this truism of RTS games where sometimes a The scan can tell you if it's 1-1 or base first. Yeah, because you're looking at the number of imps on the Luminite line, the number of imps on the Luminite mine, right? Yeah, so it does see the conclave, and it sees the number of imps on Luminite, but doesn't see the therium. That's fine. This is not the style that we thought we were going to see anyways. This is 1-1 coming out of MSRM, and it's going to turn into aggression behind this, right? He's cut down both trees. He's unlocked the quickest possible rally through the middle of the map, and that is something to point out. Speed camp's going to get taken down as well, so we got health, we got speed. You rotate north side, maybe you take the second one if he decides to go for that, or just might be, yeah, let's run through. Also kind of cool, I assumed he was only going to cut through the center, but the imp on its way back home has gone and actually also cut through the right side. So in the creeping pattern, it's also very quick across the map. So MC, let's see what he can do. He's got one Argent just about done, and that is it. He is on single chamber, second one just about done, and this is the prime. So there is that. But this is not an easy defense for MC whatsoever. Now, he does have double Morph Core that he can go use that to kill off some of these Gaunts. And it's one of those things where if you kill off the Gaunts, nothing kills the Morph Cores. They don't kill things quickly, but they do kill things. And you have that one going for yourself. So Sovereign's Watch killing off some of the creeps now that there's nothing really in range. Triple Morph Core in the high ground. Argents are going to get made 2 at a time here. And at least one of these is surge, so it actually does produce fairly quickly, even though we are on red power. The surging does help with that a little bit. And MC will hold on against the first round of this aggression. There is more on the way. There is absolutely more on the way. The natural's only about halfway done, trying to go take the speed camp as well. But the Argents are going to poke as well as they can, but again, they run out of energy so quickly that you kill off half a Gaunt and then you got to run back. So having these Morph Core on the high ground is this kind of consistent damage is rather useful, all things considered. And still, we're only on 4 chamber, or on 2 chamber, excuse me, 3 array. MC not really scaling in the game the way that he would properly like to. Now, I wonder what these 3 cores are doing. Are they going north side? Is they just going to go take another base? Is that MC's play? Is this? Oh, okay, no, this is for aggression. He's going to go cut these trees down, I think. Drop a collection array here so he can have a Sovereign's Watch available to himself and mine a little bit more, and drop a creation chamber. And I would assume start to get a little aggressive, but as I said that, apparently not. MC's backing up. He's going to go take creation chamber on the north side, and the game will go on. He's opting for more of a macro game than just let me shovel Argents into my opponent's face, which is a solid strategy. It does work. Oh, this is so many chambers, actually. So we got the one on the north side. Eventually, I guess it's not turning into it just yet, but we got double Morph Core eventually going to get taken on the bottom side. MC wants to go up to 6 core, or 6 array. He's on 5 right now. 2, 3. Yeah, he wants to go. He's on 5 array. He wants to go up to 6 array. That is so. Before any therium, yeah, as Ariel points out, he's only just mining therium right now off the therium purifier. He has gone. He has cut so many. He is on 3 chamber, soon to be 6 array. I'm assuming this is meant to be an array. He's on 3 chamber, 5 array right now. His economy, if he's allowed to get away with this, is going to be incredible. That is a big if, though. It's important to point out. Yeah, there we go, 6 array. It's a big if because, right, we got double Spire on the way. MSRM is going to have a bunch of Spriggans, and Spriggans are very good. Anyway, that's just going to be canceled on the 6th array. Spriggans are very good at dealing with this kind of outlying base structure. You need a lot of static defense to handle them. So for now, MC's going to try to drag his opponent back home. He says, okay, well, you're on the left side. You found my extra idea. Let me run in through the middle. So I'm going to go and I'm going to kill this vault, even as you're run by on the north side. That gets dealt with a Sovereign's Watch. I've killed your vault. I've shut down a little bit of your production, but importantly, I've brought your army back home as I continue to scale into this game. So 3 more chambers are on the way. Photocapacitors finally getting started 6 minutes into this game. And I'm just getting a little worried about the Spriggan timing. That's where I'm looking at right now. So Shadow Cleft is about a minute. Spriggans are about a minute out. Shadow Cleft about a third of the way complete at this point. And once you get Spriggans out, just given how this has gone, how this series has gone, the way we've been seeing MC playing, the vectors are kind of an answer, but MC doesn't seem to like them, and certainly he's not building a lot more tech. He's just building more arc stations. He's got he's building a Legion Hall now. Seems like his answer, it's kind of cool. Seems like his answer to Spriggans has been the Archangel more often than not, which for small numbers of Spriggans makes a lot of sense. Once you get a lot of Spriggans out, it's not as good. So for now, we're just going to see a bunch of Argents. They're going to be kiting away. Yes, some of them are infested, but Purify does exist for a reason. Flaming Imps trying to get on top, and that's going to be a massive Fiend conversion as well. Very nice there. I kind of just thought the Imps were they were pulled to do a little bit of damage. I keep forgetting about Flaming Imps. And now, well, a Nightfall is going to get a couple more here. A lot of these Argents have to run away. Now, if you look at the supply, though, different story. MC 70, MSRM 47. But again, I think that's in part because MSRM is banking up a lot of Therium to get his Spriggans on the map once they are ready. Even still, this is a lot of Argents. That is certainly true, but it's also one of these things. Someone talked about Argents kind of in the same way that they talked about Roach versus Roach, where it's like, the supply does lie a little bit, but in this case, double Purify goes down. Infest is not doing anything. And a lot of these Gaunts are starting to hit the deck. Meanwhile, MC, what is he doing elsewhere? It's only an Arc Station, turning it into an Arc Fortress. Legion Hall is done. And while we don't have an Archangel just yet, it's going to be up soon. And remember, we're only looking at like 3 Spriggans. We're not looking at a ton, and yes, some of these Flaming Imps are going to make some levels of contact, but that's not cheap. It is rather expensive. It's, what is it, 25 Therium per imp? 75.25 is the total cost to go Flaming Imp, plus the cost of really recalibrating your economy. So Argents continue to kite back. Spriggans are getting targeted down, which are these valuable units that do matter quite a bit, although, still on Shroud for the time being. The white health regeneration is enough, and these Argents are starting to fall. MC has overstepped himself a little bit, and this is kind of how this series has felt, even in games where MC's been ahead. It's felt like he's gone and sensed this opportunity, and MSRM has just swung it back on him. Said, yep, this is my time. I've hit the timing I need to. And this big lead that MC has had doesn't really exist anymore. So for now, off to Jesus we go. The Shadow Mastiffs getting immediately taken. I love that top bar ability so much. It's great. The apotheosis is awesome. Meanwhile, what do we got here? We do have the Arc Fortress complete. So Celestial Hyperdrive done as well. So Speedy Arc Fortress running around. It does have the Death Beam if it wants to find it. But I'm just wondering, it seems like MC's answer is Archangels, but I don't really see them on the map right now. They're expensive. We had Star Forges, but Dragon soon for MSRM. MSRM halfway to the Elder. Not a ton of money. A Dragon eventually, but I don't know that I would say it's soon. It's probably how that's going to go, is these prisms just going to have to run away. Yes, they do have that, what is it, prismatic accelerator, but they get slowed down by the Spriggans, and not really going to be a lot there. I do feel like we should see some more static defense. Oh, okay, there we go. Cabal's on the field. I like that one. That's a good solution. You gravity flux them down, and the Spriggans, yep, gravity flux, just out of range, I guess. So some of the Spriggans will fall down, and MC continues to grow on the map. He's got vectors getting added in. Oh, the new animated emote is cute. What? Yes, the Stompy Magmadon is great. Yeah, if you want to go and you want to spam Stompy Magmadons in chat, go sub. Stompy Magmadon is in fact a fantastic GIF emote. I'm a big fan. So adding in these Cabals, I don't know what level of, where is my upgrade building? I don't know what level, I don't know what level to upgrade the Cabals are, but certainly they should be able to slam these Spriggans down, which actually makes a pretty big difference. It means these Spriggans are not nearly as scary in the straight up fights. Now, as harassment, absolutely. As harassment, the Spriggans can be very good, but they're not all that useful in a straight up fight anymore. So let's see how this thing is going to work out. We got the Jesus House, we got a pretty significant bodyguard here, but Not a lot of energy available anymore, trying to crush through, and this is going to be a dead natural unless there is something that MSRM can do about it. So Spriggans are going to try to play on the edge. That's their goal. They do not need to be slammed onto the ground. The dragon is here, though, as well, and the dragon is immune to the Cabals. It will not go down onto the ground. So yes, the Spriggans in the gravity flux, they're doing what they can. Target fire on the dragon as much as possible. Purify, keeping everything alive. And it looks like for now, MC continues to run forward. It looks like for now, this is going to be enough. And this dragon is so very low. The Spriggans are going to get taken down, slammed down. And this attempted defense is, yes. Actually, no, the base died anyways. This attempted defense is going to do what it can. Yes, there is Infest on this army now. That has purifies. There are no more purifies. MC does not have that for the time being. But now Argents with their bonus damage versus heavy units are going to try to just stay on top of this dragon as much as possible. And the dragon's great. It applies Infest off everything. It does 90 damage a shot. It's the most powerful unit, as those flaming imps are really good. But it's the most powerful single target unit in the Infernal Arsenal. But it's only one unit. Otherwise, I say that flaming imp, those fiend conversions, they did a lot more than I expected it to do. And this army is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. The dragon stays alive. Now, important to point out, MSRM is really only on. Is this mining? Yeah, he's only on one base mining. He does not have a lot of money. So flaming imps, that's a very limited time. That is a very limited quantity. Even as this dragon does a nice job of sieging away at the power banks. It's a limit. It's a problem. All right, MSRM had the one very nice hole and it did a great job, but he does not have in this case even the Luminite to explode imps all over the place. His Therium count's okay, but he does not have the Luminite, so it really is going to be on this dragon that is slowly healing up from the health camp, but not all that quickly. Is slowly healing up from the health camp to try to go and harass and keep his opponent back. Well, MSRM tries to remacro. His natural's done again, so mining out of that a little bit. He's got the north side, and there's a collection array mining off this thing as well. That is very weird. But certainly MC knows what's happening. MC turning off Debilitate Autocast is hurting him. It works on the dragon. Yeah. That would be slowing everything down. Would be very, very nice just to make sure that he probably could have killed the dragon actually if you debilitated it. Just would not have been able to run away in time. But as it stands, MC's in a great spot. He's up about 40 supply. And the problem is as well as where is my arc station? I was gonna say this arc station's full on energy. It can go and kill another base. It's going to be a very difficult position to stop. Now, the sides, we're seeing how good or really not good they are for anti-air. Flaming imps are going to try to join in once again, but you just run away from these. I said you run away. He did not run away. That is not what you wanted to do. This army, MC, as we're talking about, MC's in a reasonably good spot even still, but he is taking a lot more damage. This is a lot closer of a game than it has any right to be, given how far MC has been ahead. Now all the Spriggans are dead from the vectors, and, well, most of them are dead from the vectors. This should still be fine. But even still, this little hit squad continues to run around. And by the way, double Shroud Stone's down, so that collection array is dead. Again, this is very much a setup. MC should win this game, but not quite using his spellcasters to the effectiveness that you'd like to see. The dragon continuing to be annoying, and this game is, MSRM is extending it. As this Snockstar said, yes, the Jesus House showed up in that natural, it killed that off. So again, it's one of those things where MSRM is doing a pretty reasonable job of not dying. I mean, he is kind of dead, but pretty reasonable job of not dying. Unfortunately, he's still dying. That is very much how that works. So the shrine is here. The shrine will die. The natural, well, that died to a Jesus House. So yeah, and important to point out as well that this Jesus House is under the aegis of a strike node. This is not the easy overextension Jesus House that goes and, you know, gets one kill and then dies. No, this is a Jesus House that will be very difficult to kill, as Sovereign's Fury has been upgraded as well. The sides numbers are in high enough number where that's not really going to be a problem either. And MSRM is a great player. He does like to hang around in games a little bit longer than maybe he should have. He does not like, for him, the game is not over until it's over. But yeah, wish we had a kill count on that dragon. Yep. It's literally a dragon in a dream. That's the story right now, and it is just a dream. I mean, the Flaming Imps have been, yeah, at this point, it's like, yep, I'm just going to sit here. Flaming Imps do a lot of damage, but not enough. And now the dragon is going to get chased down, maybe? Yep, it's dead. Okay, dragon is dead, and MSRM is going to have to tap out. MC takes game 4, and we get to go to game 5. Isle of Dread. The perfect game 5 map. It's big, it's long. You can go for aggressive options if you're Celestials by just, you know, totally removing map design. But in general, this has given us some very, very cool games. So for now, though, we're going to see, again, this is the standard early game. We're going to figure out exactly how many collection arrays it is that MC does want, that MC wants to find. Oh, I watched it being angry. But anyways, just how many collection arrays that MC wants to go for, how greedy MC wants to play. And, oh, very cool. We're seeing it again. Drumpier asking, is it long? It's long, but is it girthy? I would say it is long and it's girthy. So, we're seeing the cool build once again. We're seeing the ritual chamber very, very quick here. All right, we're going for, I'm going to assume that MSRM has shown us the build he showed us on Jagged Maw, which is you go, you get a bunch of Therium, you get a couple little Therium early, you research Hex and Adept training, you get Venom traps, and then you go and get yourself a reasonable amount of Fiends. Because if you look at it, you know, it's funny because you can get up to 10 Fiends, or 10 Fiends from the light camps. There are only 2 light camps on this map. Interesting. I would have thought it would have been, well, it was good for Jagged because you can get up to 20 if you were able to go, probably get 15, right? But it's good on one of those maps that has a lot of light camps. This only has 2 light camps. Yeah, Infernal can steal Celestial light camp on this map. True. I mean, we're seeing that right now. Trick is there are 5 slimes, and then, you know, this is not the, it's still very cool and will probably be rather nice, but it's not quite as kind of giga. There we go. Immediate death. Oh, it's so cool. I am stealing this build. I am so excited to try this. Oh, wait, no, there are speed camps on this. What am I saying? I was like, there are no speed camps. There are speed camps. Beo's a dummy. It's fine. It's okay. What am I doing here? Is he just going to drag him right into the Venom trap? And that is glorious. Now, where did the Fiends go? Did they all die? Oh, never mind. They're just harassing. Okay. Yeah, and that is one of the really nice things you can do. You're like, okay, I'm across the map. I can go take this camp easily. Let me send my Fiends. Let me force a Sovereign Watchout, which is great because if you force your opponent in spending power early, the rest of their production gets messed up. It's actually a very powerful thing to do. So for now, we got more Fiends. Venom trapped on this, I assume, and then we're going to go Venom trap this map or this camp as well. Got to be careful. We saw it get messed up one time because actually, this is not a speed trap, but you can go and, you know, be a little sad. But the Venom trap's going to go off, kills off almost all of these instantaneously. A ton of Fiends now on the map. Now, you do want to wait a little bit because they are taking almost double damage. Not quite, but they are taking almost double damage. They're really not tanky to begin with. So these Fiends really will struggle, or these Fiends, you want to wait a second until the debuff ends, but 2 health camps, a speed camp, and this is just going to be a free Argent right now. This is a ton of stuff on the map early. This is something MC has to respect in the extreme. It is so much early game pressure, and Plague Axes are done. Remember, benefit of getting a Ritual Chamber early on, you get Plague Axes easily as well. So exactly how much this gets done, I don't know. Whether MC is going to be able to hold it or not, very good question. But for now, that is a ton of fiends. Now, we should point out, these fiends are a one-time option. You get them every, what is it, every 3 minutes maybe, if you go and want to go and, you know, take the light camps once again. Yeah, you can get a couple more here, but it really is one of those things where you get it a little, and it is this timing, but you cannot replenish in the same way that you can go and replenish other things. So for now, Starforge on the way. Yeah, good question, Ariel. Is it vectors? I mean, he does, yeah, okay. Recall potential is going to get started here. So we will have vectors on the map as potentially a solution to all of this. I'm like, you know, it could be sabers maybe, bunch of splash damage, but now it's got vectors on the way. Okay, then. That is a solution both to how MSRM has opened. You can go and kind of play around things a little bit. You can blink out if you're surrounded, but also MSRM has shown this proclivity for going into Spire very quickly afterwards, for going and, you know, getting 7-minute-ish, we'll call it 7-minute, getting 7-minute, give or take, getting 7-minute Spriggans. Well, if you get a bunch of vectors on the map with recall potential, that is a very good solution. This is going to be a Vector Argent Saber push. Zoriel is asking. Well, for now, it's just a bunch of vectors. Maybe moving into sabers as well. Did we have? Yeah, we don't have a Guardian Nexus, so no photocapacitors, nothing like that. The vectors are not up, or the sabers are not upgraded, but the vectors are. But we're not really seeing them poke around for the time being. A kind of interesting setup, all things considered, where, you know, the Spriggans are, Shadow Cleft is going to be done in just about a second. These are going to be those 7-minute Spriggans. And the art, jeez, this bug where you accidentally mouse on the edge, and I wish I could turn off edge ban, but I can't. But you have mouse on the edge, and then it says, you're going to go down to the floor. I'm like, no, thank you. Please, Stormgate. Vectors should beat Spriggans with his anti-air light and target priority fix, potentially. Now, I'm very worried. Oh, look at this random scanner. We asked if he's aware of it. MC has built one, so, you know, certainly there is that. I'm not sure what the scanner is doing. It's dead. MC didn't care. He has done the thing. Now, look at how powerful, though, that single Venom Trap is against all these small units. It does effectively, effectively does half damage to all these units. But Argent's on the backside. They're going to get found out for the time being. Spriggans are now on the map, but yeah, Spriggans do not fight this number of vectors. That is not the solution that you want to find. I can't remember whether this change went into effect. The vector recall, that does not reset it. That doesn't reset HP anymore, does it? It just bounce you back and give you bonus movement speed, recall potential. Anyways, for now though, this is excellent kiting coming out of MC. The Spriggans are mostly dead, if not all dead. Yes, it's only bonus damage versus air, not bonus versus light air, not bonus damage versus ground. But even still, they do 8 damage by 3. That does 24 damage a volley. These gaunts, yeah, is actually we can see. Vector doesn't reset HP anymore. Okay, that was probably a pretty good change. That was a little too oppressive. I know there was talk about it. I couldn't remember whether I read that elsewhere or read that actually in the balance notes. But for now, the vectors are going to dive in. They're going to dive out. The gaunts continue to get made. MSRM's got as a result of this, he's got a ton of animus. But this Greater Shrine is only about halfway done, and he will not be at 750 for quite a while. This push probably doesn't kill MSRM, but it is exactly the type of tempo that MC has to be playing with if he wants to win this game. He gets damage done, he forces his opponents back, he forces a ton of money into things that is not the dragon. So it forces a ton of money into things that are not, say, Hellborn or Weavers or Magmadons or upgrades. All of these things that are very useful. But yeah, as Ariel said, it's going to be a pretty quick dragon. 9 minutes on the dragon. Yeah, probably closer to 10. He does need that. He does need a little bit more Therium to make it happen, but he's going to get up there fairly quickly. And when we take stock about what exactly it is that MC, or excuse me, that MC has, he's got vectors. And vectors are great against light units in the air. That are good against light units in the air. Dragon is a heavy unit. And it's just not nearly as good. So here comes the dragon, 930. is going to be the dragon timing, and this is where it gets a little scary. We don't have the upgrade. Oh, no. Actually, I can't see if we have the upgrade or not. So I don't think we have the upgrade. I don't know that that is done just yet, but this push is just not going to work whatsoever. MSRM swings it around. MC thought he had a timing before the dragon was out, and instead he just lost everything. Vectors are going to continue to run, continue to hide, blink around, be as just obnoxious as, I don't even know where they went, as obnoxious as possible. But yeah, MC's dead just like that. MSRM wins it for his team. MC was so close, but that dragon timing, MC did not predict it, did not identify. And that means that Snockstar's team has won 3 best of 5s. 50% of the prize pool is theirs. We will have one more series, though, to, again, round things out. That's going to get played regardless. That's going to be a VVV. But for now, if you like this and you want more Stormgate, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and streams on weekends. Hit the sub button, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.